Yeah, I do the best that I can do. I am unlearned, right? And I will be the first one to tell you that I am a unlearned man, right? Um, the Lord calls you, and then He qualifies you. He says, "Man, go do it." And I'm like, "Man, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to put slides up and do all of this." And then He's like, "Okay, well, do this. Volunteer for this church. They're not going to pay you, but volunteer to this church and you're going to learn everything that you need to learn. And once you learn it, I'm going to move you and then you're going to do it on your own." And this is what I'm doing, right? This is how I know how to do all of this stuff. I volunteered. It was, the guy, a guy left a position and it left a vacancy at a church that I was at. And I just stepped in and I just was figuring stuff out. This is how I know how to work OBS and do slides on Canva and all this other stuff. I already kind of have an art background, but that comes, the eye comes easy. But all this other technical stuff, I learned how to do it because the Lord had me in a position working, so I could do this now, so I could come to you guys now. So, if the Lord is telling you to do it, just do what He says do. You may not understand, everything that you're doing at the time because they had me doing crazy stuff like putting screens together, like LED screens. I don't know how to do that. Like, ain't you supposed to be getting paid? Like, I was doing that. My back all sore. Putting up. I know how to do it now, right? But when I was doing it, I was kind of like, man, Lord, what you doing? Like I said, I was gonna volunteer here, but I mean, goodness gracious, they about to work me to death. You know, but I know how to do all of this, and maybe I'll use that later. That I'm comfortable with it, and maybe I'll use it later. So, um, I'm using this, right? So there you go. So the next character